solid state and true timber, as well as
It's noticeable to me that when I use a 4K mouse, it just feels more responsive.
you can go as fast as you can without trying to go on. Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're doing a quick follow-up on the Xlite V3, looking at the Large edition. Big thanks to Pulsar and Embrace for sending this out to me. This is going to be a short video because I've already reviewed the Xlite V3 Medium previously, so if you haven't seen that video, do go check that out. I go super in depth. Instead, we will primarily be comparing the subjective user experience of the Large to the Medium. Now, in regards to the objective aspects like build, clicks, coding, everything else, they're the same mouse. Now, while I know there have been reports of differences in quality between sizes, that has definitely not been the case in my experience, and they are the same mouse. So getting straight into the Xlite Large. This mouse is noticeably bigger than the Xlite V3 Medium in hand. Like, very significant change in sizing, unlike other mice that seem to have smaller adjustments between sizes. This one is drastic. Now, I have 21x12 hands, and I honestly don't know how long it has been since there's a mouse that makes my hands feel somewhat filled up. You know, a bit more of a relaxed and stretched out instead of having to default into mild tension to maintain grip. Now, the big, rounded, wide hump feels extremely pronounced here towards the left of the mouse and in your hand. Overall, the comfort factor for this mouse really is maxed out and makes it that I almost want to palm grip again. However, this brings us to the one issue. It still isn't big enough for me to fully palm grip. And you guys might be thinking, what the f are you talking about, Yves? This is quite literally one of the biggest mice on the market. Well, it's just not wide enough. Some of the real OGs that have been following me may know there was a period of time where I used to stream and play holding a GPX and a Starlight 12 in one hand. Only one of the mice was connected, however, but yes, I quite literally played holding two mice in one hand and did surprisingly well because that gave me enough width to stretch out my hands for once. Now with the Xlite V3 Large here, the width is still slightly lacking for my hands to comfortably palm grip. If you were to ask me, the benefit of a palm grip is that you're very relaxed. You're permanently relaxed, you have little to no tension, which tends to be an issue far more with claw and fingertip, even if you were to use more relaxed versions of those grips. Now in the case of myself having a relaxed palm grip, my pinky finger, towards the right here, doesn't really have a place to sit. As a result, I still need to mildly apply tension inwards and curl out my hands, which puts me into a bit of a hybrid claw palm grip. That being said, it is still mostly palm, but there is still a bit more of that tension that I'd like. My pinky feels a little bit awkward. Now compared to the Xlite Medium, this is still definitely a big change because on the Xlite Medium, I'm essentially just claw gripping an ergo mouse. On the Xlite V3 Large, it's still more of a palm grip. Now between the two, the Medium definitely feels far more mobile and adjustable, both on a macro and micro level, because the mouse is smaller and also lighter by a few grams, so that's a given. The Xlite V3 Large, however, feels far more comfortable for extended usage durations, and also reflects the significantly more stable aim when in-game. Especially when you're playing for things like crosshair placements, angle holds, smoothness tracking modes, and slower styled gameplay. The stability factor for me has gone up like crazy. It's one of those moments where almost every shot you hit just feels like a clean, crispy one-tap. You just see them line up and you're like, bang. For the most part, if you want a full palm grip filling ergo mouse, Xlite V3 here is definitely the way to go for those with probably 10 to 11 width hands. Now, mice are usually pretty accommodating with length, right? And the Large here, I'd say, is for 19 or longer in length. But length is a bit less significant, it's more so the width that becomes an issue. If you are less than 10 cm in width, probably go with the V3 Medium. It also does come down to how much mobility and stability trade-off you're looking for as well. Because if you have 10 cm wide hands, you can still use an Xlite V3 Medium, and it just won't be as filling. You'll also have a bit more of that mobility. Whereas if you really want that big palm grip, then Large, obviously. That is something that will vary between people, and you guys have to make that judgment yourself. Which one you want more, which kind of trade-off you're looking for. If you do want my advice, just leave a comment or join my Discord where I can always reply to you. So once again, I'm happy to report that the Xlite V3 Large is indeed a mouse worthy of being called large. It really is the largest mouse I've held in a while, and continues on the excellence of the Xlite V3 Medium. This is still the best ergo on the market to date, and the Xlite V3 Large is probably the only true large mouse on the market that's up to modern day standards. So big hand fellas, this really is for you. Now, thanks to Pulsar for sending this out to me once again, and I look forward to more upcoming Pulsar releases. Until then, see you guys in the next video.